This lion underestimated hyenas. She's obviously beaten them more than once before. But this time the lioness came too close to the den with cubs. That's why the whole pack came down on her. Hyenas surrounded the lioness and let her know that she had made a mistake in choosing enemies. We will show you other cases when animals make a similar mistake and pay for it. The bear is a powerful predator, and a couple of these animals are a small army that cannot be stopped. That's why they themselves thought when they broke into the territory of this house, the animals were wrong. A small projectile charged with pure rage burst out to meet them. The French Bulldog is 10 times lighter and smaller than bears, but its pressure causes a real shock to wild animals. Although the bear easily stopped the Bulldog with its paws, the dog was not afraid and continued the attack. It was able to get a good grip on the bears, and they decided that it was better to get out quickly rather than to fight with this little berserk. Most of all, the maneuverability of the short-legged dog is surprising, which not only ran between the paws of the bears, but also did not forget to apply short, painful bites. It's great to have such a defender. Why do you think the predators retreated? Perhaps they decided that the Bulldog is rabid? Or were they really scared by the reaction of the dog, which turned out to be much more violent than the wild predators expected? Share your opinion in the comments. Elephants usually behave with restraint and nobility. They roam the savanna in search of food and avoid unnecessary violence. The rhinoceros is another matter. They are extremely easy to provoke into a fight, especially if we are talking about a female with a cub. Then the rhinoceros turns into a frenzied tangle of irritability, which is ready to rush at any animal for no reason at all. But attacking this elephant turned out to be a huge mistake. From a calm, phlegmatic man, this giant has turned into a fierce fighter who will easily sweep away anyone. The rhinoceros weighs about 4 tons, but the elephant is so strong that it easily throws off its opponent, knocks them to the ground, makes them trample on their own cub, and then almost drowns them. When they start telling you in self-defense courses that size is not the main thing, then show them this video. Pure power matters. Just ask the elephant. The Impala has no chance against a lioness. If she even hooks the gazelle with her claws, it will immediately fill it up. But the ungulate does not even give the predator a chance to do this. The gazelle takes off, and it seems that she will not have time to escape from the predator that has gained acceleration. But the Impala makes its most famous maneuver with lightning speed. It changes the direction of running at full speed and dodges the enemy. The gazelle's astute accuracy is worthy of a like, don't you think? Macaques are used to the fact that running up a tree is a universal way to avoid any problem. Is the hyena attacking? It doesn't matter. A couple of jumps, and the spotted predator won't do anything to the primate in the crown. Can tigers climb trees? The macaque could only laugh. Heavyweights like lions or tigers do not have access to thin branches. I even feel sorry for the striped cat, which fell to the ground and was left without its lunch. But neglecting the leopard turned out to be a big mistake. The last mistake in the life of this primate, who decided that running to the very top of the tree would save him. The leopard was so agile that he was able to run into the thinnest branches. And when the monkey tried to dodge his throw and jump to another branch, the cat did an acrobatic trick right in the air and grabbed its prey. At the same time, the predator turned out to be so strong that when he fell from the height of the 3rd floor to the ground, it not only did not hurt him in any way, but he did not even let the prey out of his mouth. Even birds can't feel safe in nests at the top of trees. Birds build dens where the branches are too thin even for some snakes. But that will not stop the leopard. The cat is so agile that it seems as if she controls her weight, or gravity. The leopard should not be underestimated. An important life lesson for any bully. If you want to run over someone, even if the victim seems defenseless, think about it. Who were her friends? Maybe this chicken itself is not capable of giving the falcon a decent rebuff, but she's doing great with the ability to make friends. When the bird of prey attacks its victim, literally the whole farm rushes to help the chicken. Another chicken, without fear, rushed to attack the falcon, and then they were joined by a goat, a real heavyweight relative to a fairly small bird of prey. Altogether, they practically trampled the impudent falcon, who made a mistake with the choice of prey as never before. Such cohesion deserves respect, doesn't it? This is probably the most epic confrontation between two equal rivals that we have seen in recent times. The tiger decided to attack the bear. This idea will seem doubtful to you, but the tiger can't afford it. The world's largest panther has a pretty good chance of success. First of all, it is the experience of confrontation with those who are in the same weight category with him. Tigers bring down giant bulls and fight fiercely amongst themselves, so the desire to have lunch with a bear is not so strange. It's just that the tiger underestimated the will to live and stubbornness of a club-footed predator. The bear not only fought back, but began to fight back so fiercely that with every second of the duel, the tiger's chances only became less. At the same time, it must be recognized that the tiger correctly assessed its capabilities. He really had all the trump cards. Both of these animals are heavyweights, but the striped cat is still bigger. Both have effective combat tactics and fight mainly with their paws. And they use their fangs when they can pull the vulnerable part of the victim closer with their claws, for example, the muzzle. But the tiger is still cooler in this case. Both rivals have monstrous strength, but the tiger is stronger. However, for all its advantages, it struggles for lunch. And the bear is for life. Therefore, contrary to all calculations, it is the bear that comes out the winner. Yes, the tiger is alive and relatively intact, but the bear was able to defend himself and, as a result of a long and intense fight, forced the aggressor to retreat. If the lizard is in danger, it can throw back its tail and hide. But the raccoon is aware of this technique. He does not pay attention to the twitching tail of the reptile and grabs it. The lizard clearly underestimated the raccoon's ability to learn. The power of this charismatic animal with a cute mask on his eyes should not be underestimated either. This mistake was made by a wildcat. He thought that a well-fed baby with a fluffy tail would become a simple and satisfying prey. And it is not like that. The raccoon got angry and went into a brazen frontal attack himself. The cat has a hard time. He constantly wags, tries to get away from capture, and retreats. The raccoon is absolutely not afraid of the cat's counterattacks and continues to stubbornly go into battle, even if he is threatened with dangerous blows with claws. But the predator does not want to get into the jaws of a raccoon at all. But the most amazing thing is that when the wildcat has already turned to flight, the raccoon himself began to chase her. It's like saying, "Hey you, come here and do it again. Lads, where are you going?" The case when the big guy ran into a not-so-big, but rapid fighter. The squirrel is a cute vegetarian rodent. A fluffy tail, red fur, a small muzzle with beautiful eyes, and the ability to take nuts with their front paws make them one of the most charming inhabitants of both city parks and wild forests. Well, squirrels have another advantage. If modern fashion psychologists are right about accepting the dark side, whatever that means, then squirrels are a model of success in this manner. After all, the charming, sweet, and kind squirrel has another side. This is a crazy berserk warrior who attacks everything he doesn't like. You surprised? It's true. A squirrel may be the first to attack a poisonous snake, And this despite the fact that the reptile did not even try to bite the rodent. It's just that the squirrel doesn't like such company. But the snake is several times longer, and a single bite will be enough to stop the rodent's heart. Do you think this causes our furry hero any doubts? No, of course not. She simply tramples the snake into the ground with her furious pressure and speed. If a squirrel can cope with a nutshell with its teeth, then it will cope with a reptile skull all the more. The snake is just in shock. She clearly did not expect that she would face such a strong opponent in the face of this seemingly harmless squirrel. Fluffy can even pile on a cobra. At the same time, in battle, he also uses his front paws, with which he can firmly grasp the target. The squirrel acts incredibly actively and moves from evasion to counterattack almost at lightning speed. It is difficult for the eye to keep track of the speed of movement of this fluffy fighter. A real feat for an animal that can fit into the palm of your hand. At the same time, the squirrel not only avoids the snake's attacks, but attacks itself. It's not running away. Clearly, she has plans for this reptile. Who knows, maybe when your parents took you out to the park to drive some squirrels, it wasn't a nice family tradition, but something of like a tribute. Oh, Mr. Squirrel, take these nuts, but don't touch us, please. You find that funny? And these snakes are not laughing. Underestimating a squirrel was the biggest mistake in the life of each of these venomous reptiles. However, after all, it is not invincible. This time, the squirrel underestimated the opponent. She thought she could easily confuse and escape from a feline predator. But they are not for nothing considered one of the most effective hunters. The beast rushes at the prey and catches it without any problems. It seems that these races were just fun. Do you feel sorry for a squirrel, or are you rooting for a predator? Answer in the comments. When mongooses were brought to America to fight rattlesnakes, it turned out that Asian predators, which fight on a par with cobras, are inferior to American snakes in speed. Well, mongooses just had to learn from mice. More precisely, a kangaroo rat. Believe me, this rodent is really unusual and will be able to surprise you. It's probably a relative of the Splinters rat. She quickly dodges the snake's throw not even once, but several times. Just look at the height of her jump. If a person was capable of such feats, he could jump to the 3rd floor of the house without a run and dodge a bullet. A mouse that can fit into the palm of your hand is able to instantly jump above the waist of an adult. Do you think that's all? No matter how, the mouse turned out to be so brave that she not only dodged another snake attack, but even hit her back. Even a karate champion is unlikely to repeat this feat. Get away from the blow and at the same time turn around in the air to hit the snake on the head with both feet. That is, a rodent can change the direction of movement right in the air and turn around for a really strong blow. The reptile is clearly in shock. In the future, it should be more careful to choose rivals. In slow motion, it can be seen that the blow stunned the snake, and she did not even have time to close her mouth during the fall. After all, after the victory, the mouse also humiliated the snake when she drew a handful of sand directly into her eyes.
The strength of the crocodile's jaws is so great that it can bite off the bumper of a car. But even such a dangerous predator can make a mistake with their choice of victim. Now he has clearly attacked the wrong one. The hippo has just trampled the crocodile in a few seconds. There are other animals that can give a thrashing even to a large adult crocodile. And now we will show the most epic fights of these enemies. Crocodiles and alligators often hunt wild boars that come too close to the water. One lightning-fast jerk, and the reptile's jaws close on the victim's body with the force of a steel vise. Then it remains only to drag the victim into the water. No matter how strong the boar's skin is, thanks to those strong jaws, the fangs enter it like a red-hot knife through butter. But this crocodile clearly overestimated his strength. At first glance, she correctly decided on the choice of victim. This reptile is still young, so it decided to attack one of the cubs and not one of the adults. But in fact, it turned out that this was a big mistake. The crocodile clearly underestimated the parental instinct. The boars attacked the crocodile from both sides. They powerfully rammed their enemy, trying to pierce his scales with their tusks. Although the reptile is about 1.5 times larger, this did not stop the boars. The crocodile definitely did not expect such a fierce rebuff. A million-strong herd of ungulates that migrate across Africa and cross rivers on their way is like a supermarket for crocodiles. Reptiles, it seems, do not even really hide in the water, and for a long time will choose the most appetizing victim. Then when they swim up, they'll grab the prey in one frightening throw and drag it into the water. But here, for some reason, this tactic simply didn't work. The crocodile is clearly in shock. Perhaps he could not catch the zebra precisely because its audacity struck the reptile. The zebra literally walked past the crocodile only inches away from its mouth and then gracefully left. Such bravery is worthy of a like, don't you think? It seems that if there is a predator in Africa that can cope with an adult lion in a one-on-one battle, it's a crocodile. The strength of the reptile's jaws is several times greater than the bite force of a lion. Powerful tail strikes can also be as dangerous as the claws of the big cat. And the armored skin with strong scales gives excellent protection. Indeed, battles with crocodiles can end sadly for them. For example, if a reptile manages to grab the lioness by the muzzle at the watering hole, even if she breaks free, her jaws may be crippled and she'll no longer be able to hunt effectively, at least alone. Her only chance of survival is if the jaw heals enough for the lioness to be able to chew. Otherwise, she'll play the role of a beater and leave her sisters to catch the prey. However, messing with lions is a big mistake, even for a monster-sized crocodile. Most of the fights between these rivals end with the victory of the king of the beasts. For example, here the crocodile has decided to use his favorite tactic. He swam out of the water to take away the legitimate prey from the lions. Robbing an entire pride is a pretty bold decision. But making lions panic is not the same as scaring a herd of zebras or antelopes. The predators were surprised by such arrogance of this overgrown lizard, and then the main male decided to settle the conflict himself, alone. He came to the very edge of the water to drive a powerful crocodile back to the depths. One grin was enough. Here the crocodile did not allow himself to be intimidated, but it was in vain. When the lions realized that the reptile wasn't going to retreat, they attacked it all together. And although the reptile was huge and very strong, it lacks the reaction speed to resist the whole hail of blows that fell on it from all sides. The lions did not allow the crocodile to focus on any one opponent. And so when the reptile tried to grab one of its enemies with its jaws, it received a crushing blow with its paw, which may not have immediately opened the armor, but threw the crocodile off balance and threw it aside. As a result, the lions stunned their enemy so that not a single predatory cat was injured. The only thing that could save the crocodile was a rapid retreat into the depths. But this is far from the only such case. Here, the crocodile has literally run into the water in a panic so that the lions would not get to the less protected belly of the reptile. Turning over a crocodile when it actively resists and bites with its jaws is a difficult task, but apparently this pride had every chance. But if you think that lions are cooler than crocodiles only if they have a huge numerical advantage, you're mistaken. These lions tried to swim across the pond and didn't know that an adult and strong crocodile lived there. It seems that the reptile should definitely win in its native element. She perfectly takes advantage of all of the advantages, swims up from below, strikes an unexpected and quick blow, grabs and tries to drown the big cat. But underestimating the lions was a big mistake. The males turned out to be strong enough to fight back against the adult crocodile, even in the water. In addition, the lions didn't panic. Although they didn't see the enemy or expect the attack, they were able to react immediately and repel the attack, thanks to which they not only escaped but also avoided serious injury. The crocodile, however, after several blows from those clawed paws, probably regretted ever having contacted them. This lioness noticed that the crocodile was dangerously close to a young teenage lion cub. The lion's family ties are very well developed because the female did not even waste time gathering a support team. She rushed at the crocodile herself to drive it away from the inexperienced cub. Look at how she drives away the reptile with lightning strikes. She hits exactly on the upper jaw. This is dangerous, but in this way, the lioness tries to dominate the opponent and show him that he will not find easy prey here. It seems that the lioness says to him, "Close your mouth, you overgrown lizard." What's going on in the Amazon River Basin? We used to think that this place was the arena of eternal battles between different species of animals for survival. And then you see a huge, dangerous crocodile with a capybara sitting quietly on its back. The friendliness of these mammals, of course, has long been legendary. But has it really reached such exorbitant levels that capybaras literally saddle crocodiles and use them as live transport? The animal is too heavy, so the reptile definitely feels its weight on its back. Maybe the capybara bribed him. And what explanations do you offer? Answer in the comments. We are really interested in your opinion. By the way, if you want us to make a separate video about this mysterious friendly animal, then write that too. Of course, you can say that it's fake, but then what do you say about it? Not only the capybara, but also this water bird straddles the crocodile and calmly rides on its back. However, the weight of this long-legged bird is not too large, and there's a possibility that the reptile simply doesn't know that it has quietly sat on its back. However, the courage of this fragile, feathered creature could be envied by a seasoned lion. This crocodile decided that he would now have a snack with a fish, after which he would swim to look for a serious opponent. The reptile did not realize that in front of her was the most terrible and dangerous enemy she's ever met. This is an electric eel, and it was a big mistake to mess with it. The eel didn't even wait for the crocodile to attack in earnest. As soon as the huge monster was within striking distance, the fish used its super weapon and generated a crushing electric shock. This instantly stopped the reptile. The pain caused shock and spasms and convulsions all through its muscles. The reptile was still alive, but the fish is scared and does not let go of such a serious enemy. The eel shocks the crocodile again and again until its heart stops. The crocodile's pretty sorry now, isn't it? Now, the cheetah is the fastest runner in the world, but that doesn't make it invulnerable to ambush attacks. As you can see, the crocodile is able to swim unnoticed to the very edge of the water, then jump out and grab its prey so quickly that the cheetah, with all of its abilities, couldn't dodge. And this cat can't fight such a strong enemy. The cheetah desperately resists, but this only slows down the crocodile without affecting the outcome of this duel in any way. The reptile was able to drag the cheetah to the bottom. Only attentiveness and a bit of luck saved the cheetah, which was able to have time to bounce out at the last moment. However, this trick does not work with all spotted cats. Although the leopard is the smallest panther, it does not agree at all to become an easy prey for a crocodile. Leopards are known for their agility, which does not change them even in such dangerous moments. Somehow, the leopard managed to notice the crocodile's approach early enough to elegantly dodge its attack. What the super fast cheetah failed to do, the leopard did, and it seems with minimal effort. But that's not all. The leopard is one of the few predators that are so brazen and bold, or reckless, that they steal food from crocodiles. This leopard found a reptile at night, which was just having dinner. No animal is capable of such a feat, and the leopard dragged the prey right out of the mouth of the adult crocodile. The reptile tears off pieces from its prey and then swallows them in turn. Here, the crocodile clearly overestimated his strength and lay with his mouth full. Perhaps the reptile wanted to save food for the morning. But in any case, the leopard crept up to him, dragged the food literally out of his mouth, capturing pieces of meat between its fangs. It's hard to understand how the leopard managed to pull off such an incredible trick. Perhaps the fact that the crocodiles are cold-blooded animals. Their body temperature is the same as the ambient temperature, so on cold nights their temperature drops. They become sluggish, slow to react to what's happening, just like that sloth from the animal cartoon. Flash, flash, 100-yard dash. Perhaps the crocodile was just dozing and the leopard, thanks to precise accuracy, took out the meat without ever touching the reptile. Or maybe the crocodile was just so shocked by the unexpected impudence of the spotted robber that he was confused and couldn't do anything about it. What do you think? Answer in the comments. We're interested to know your version of the story. But if you think that leopards attack crocodiles only while they're sleeping or not moving, well then you're mistaken. Here, a cheeky cat tried to fight off a crocodile's prey right in the water in the middle of the day. The reptile did not expect such courage. The leopard descends the steep bank directly into the mouth of the crocodile, which is in better position and can attack at any moment. But this leopard's self-confidence was justified. Every time the crocodile attacks, the cat manages to bounce back with lightning speed. She literally flies to the top of the shore and then descends again. The poor crocodile obviously won't be able to have a quiet lunch.